Well, good evening. This is Terry, your Amazon private label coach, and welcome you to tonight's a broadcast of Sell Your Own Product on Amazon for Income and Lifestyle. And tonight we're going to be talking about Amazon says no more free warehouses. Wow. I've got to do some recanting then, if that because one of the main things I've taught over the 2 years, 2.5 years that we've been doing these broadcasts is one of the ways you save money and make money is by sending your products into Amazon. And well, maybe that's not true, but we anymore. It's been coming for a while. We've seen it coming. I did two or three, at least two shows that I know of. I didn't bother to check, but at least two shows I've known on this long-term and short-term storage fees that Amazon got. Well, if you were around a couple of weeks ago and you were a seller, you've got a note from Amazon saying it's going to get even worse. And what it boils down to is you're not going to be able to keep more than 2 months' supply of your product on Amazon without it costing you a lot of money. But anyway, we're going to get into that later on tonight. Just want to welcome you to the show tonight. We are going to have a good time. Sorry about last week. I've had a mess, and if you can see my green screen be back here. That's part of it. It is part of it. I woke up last Wednesday morning, went to work at my computer, and found out that Microsoft had automatically put me in Windows 10, which I didn't want because I knew there were going to be problems. And I've talked to them, and they're not all worked out, and they're not. And so I thought, well, I started playing around, and I got this set, and I got that set, and I got a bunch of stuff set. And I thought, and actually, I do like the Windows 10. I'm not going to lie to you about it, like the interface and all that. But there's a few things like this green screen. I can't get my Excite, not Excite Pro, the XSplit broadcaster camera to work right, and that's what would eliminate that green screen and have me blend in with everything else. That's what's working. And so what can I say? It's not to the end of the world. It's just you're going to have to put up with my green screen back there tonight, and that's not too much. So without any further ado, we're need to talk a little bit about the sponsor, because that's who pays the bills and everything else. And of course, the sponsor is Sell Your Own Products on Amazon for Income and Lifestyle, the course that we put out and we swear by and guarantee. We think it's a heck of a course. I need to pull up this thing here. I'm really getting right here. Oh, we are. There we go. I'm getting bad. We missed that whole thing last week, and so I don't even know what to do. So. And I keep saying I'm going to change it. I don't. We're into 56, 57 videos now. The neat thing about the course is you can take the course anytime. You're a member for life because Amazon changes things, just like Amazon's going through this change right now with the long-term storage fees and the new fees and everything, especially for private labelers. It's changing the landscape quite a little bit. So some of those videos in there we're in the process of redoing. We've redone some, and we're going to redo some more. And but that's what the course is. It's lifetime. You're a free lifetime. And matter of fact, I got an email the other day just from one of the guys that was one of the first ones on the course. I haven't heard from him or anything for probably a year and a half, and he called and was asking about some stuff, and we just had a good time talking. So that's what it's all about, folks. It's enjoying the course and making lifetime friends and people you can call and you can discuss things with and everything, and about Amazon and all that. So we think it's a neat course. I personally do. Of course, I'm the author of the course. Excuse me, I need a drink there. But without that being said, like I say, we change the course all the time. And the day you enroll in the course, you get my private email address, and you also get my cell phone number. So you can call or text me whenever you've got a problem, and I'll call and text you. If we need to, we'll set up a Google Hangout. We can do a private Google Hangout with you. We can show you take you over to Amazon or take you to Alibaba or wherever you got to go to teach you what you need to know in that, and that's the neat part of the course. So without saying, we've done enough of that, so we're going to go over here to my favorite place is the beach. I just love this beach. it's right down the road here just a little bit. And what can I tell you? There's the coastal back there, and just a great place. And I just welcome you to the show tonight. We're going to have a good time. It's not my favorite subject because every time you got to make changes, things. Uh, it just means you got to learn something new. And I've been doing it for 73, 74 years. So I guess this one won't hurt me. But, it's one of those things that I almost set in concrete by myself that when you private label a product, you don't send the product to yourself. You don't send the product to any place else, but you send it right exactly to Amazon. It saves you about a third to a half on shipping for one thing. And plus it gets your product in there and gets it going and everything. But Amazon's changing the game. So let's go over to let's find the PowerPoint. We're going to get into tonight's a broadcast of tonight's subject of that. And I see my wife just came in the back door. So, but anyway, hope you can see that all right. Like I say, I'm having trouble with the program. Haven't got it exactly right. But that's what we're going to have to go with tonight. So you're seeing my green screen, and we're going to go with this. So Amazon says no more free warehouse. That's basically what he said. If you read that notice that we all got, anybody that's an Amazon seller, an active Amazon seller, you probably got that notice 2 weeks ago, or I guess it's right at 2 weeks ago. Yes, we got it. And basically that's what it says. It gives you all kind of schedules about this and that. But what they're saying is they're not going to let you use Amazon for a warehouse. You're welcome to have about 2 months supply in there. But after that, you're going to start paying, and the reason that really hurts is you take somebody like me, the way I used to do business, and I really had to cut it down this last year because of this, because of the long-term storage fees and the short-term storage fees. I've had to cut it down. And before I used to, because, well, we're going to get into the thing, and I'm getting into it, I'm not. So let's go over, and we're starting here. I'm sorry. I don't mean to be, there we go. Yeah, in the beginning, Amazon said, send your products to us. We will store them. We will sell them. We will ship them. We will take care of returns and complaints and send you money daily, weekly, and every 2 weeks. They've changed that so much, and I think they're still on every 2 weeks for everybody. As far as I know, haven't heard anybody say anything different to that thing. If it is, but that's just the way it is. So that's what Amazon said, and in the beginning, it was a great deal. It still is a great deal. Don't get me wrong. Don't think I'm knocking anybody here when I explain them the new things that Amazon's doing, but it was great because, man, you could buy your products whether you bought it in the States or whether you bought it in or China, Vietnam, or wherever you bought it. You send it to Amazon. Amazon takes care of everything from anything, and they send you disperse money to you every 2 weeks. Now you can't beat that. I'm telling you. And so we're not supposed to go backwards here, mouse. We're supposed to go forward. And then so because of that, the people came. They brought products after product, and then more products. They did. Small niches suddenly became gigantic categories. I remember some of the really big categories. I remember when they were small niches. I think one of my first products was cutting boards, bamboo cutting boards, and I think there were when I started there was maybe 6, 7 offerings, something like that. Now, my gosh, I think there's 40, 50, something like that. I looked the other day at the kitchen utensils, and there was on just kitchen utensils, there was 40, I mean, almost 50 some different kitchen utensils. And that's what we're talking about. Those were small niches suddenly became big categories, and so now they're even starting to break those categories down into smaller niches, like cutting utensils, like kitchen utensils, like spoons and spatulas and all that, and different things. And my wife's here, so she'll get that. Take your time. It's all right. I'll wait just a minute. It's my daughter. Okay, and so they swell. They've been big, and so Amazon warehouse. The Amazon warehouse has swelled and expanded. So
Oh, okay.
you're getting, yes, okay, I'm sorry, my wife's talking there. Amazon has 97.
Yes.
They've expanded from they've expanded to
Yes.
they have either 97 or 100. I'm sorry, I'm getting confused. I'm listening to the background there. I apologize for that, but anyway, it's Amazon now has 97 to 100. Just a few years ago they had less than half that number, and 4 or 5 years ago they had maybe a third of those numbers. But what's the deal? Amazon needs those uh, to reach their goals. Amazon's goal is same day or next day delivery to everyone in the US by the end of the year. Now, that is a powerful goal, and that's the reason they need those warehouses. So if you're going to get same day or next day delivery everyone in the US by the end of the year, you got to do that, you know. And Amazon FBA sellers have different goals. Their goal is to sell as many orders as possible. I saw that guy kind of pushing the salesman in that. That's probably not the best thing to put because we don't really push. We do finagle our listings and our titles and all that to get people to pay attention. We don't bother them at the door. But anyway, I thought that was kind of a cute thing. So purchase products. So what Amazon FBA sellers are different because they want to sell as many products as possible, and they want to purchase products at the best possible price. And that's basically about it. What your seller is is you come up with this idea, you make that idea better, and you create your brand, create your label and everything, and you send your product in, and you want to sell as many people possible, and you want to buy it as cheap as possible. And other than that, Amazon, uh, well, you talk a little bit about sending more customers and all that, but that's not for what we're talking about here tonight. You sell as many as possible. You purchase the product at the best possible price. You best cost shipping. And what I'm saying about that is for sure. If you've got a item that weighs a few pounds or something like that, you're going to ship it sea. I mean, you can ship it air. It's going to cost you a small fortune. The difference between sea and air is about a third and two. And sea shipping is about a third to a half less than air shipping. It's sometimes a lot more than that. Depends on the product. Because sea shipping, I go by volume. Air, you kind of go by volume too, but it's a big difference. So we're talking about, so the best cost shipping increases income, decrease cost. So if you want to increase your income, you pretty much need to decrease your cost, unless you can get everybody else in your niche or something like that to go up and raise it. And I think that would be kind of hard. So that you're not going to do. So you make product perfect, unduplicatable. That's what we're talking about, is to get rid of Amazon privates. You don't pirates. You don't want to make a product that you're going to get up there and start selling 100, 200, 300 a day. And man, I'm going to see if you don't make your product unduplicatable, you are going to have 2 or 3 other listings. I don't care if you're private label or what you are, and you've got your brand, they'll come on there. And what are you going to have to do? You're going to have to freeze it. You're going to have to tell Amazon. Amazon will say, because Amazon really doesn't give a crap. What am I going to say? They don't really care. They just want their customers to have the best possible product at the lowest possible cost. And if the Amazon pirate does that, they don't. You can contact Amazon Special Services, and yeah, they'll work with you, and they will work to get if it's true, they will work to get your pirate off and that. But the thing of it is, it's a long hassle and it takes a long time to do it. So so that's what the goals are for the FBA seller. Now, Amazon Corporation, they want to deliver and sell more faster. Boy, that's not good English, but deliver and sell faster. Best products for the customer. I got reviews, you all, because that's what's important, is the reviews. And hold on just a minute. I just happened to realize that. I noticed that I kept getting darker and darker. And one of the reasons why, it would help if I turn the lights on. Oh, gosh. I'm bad tonight. What can I tell you? It was that week off last week or something. So anyway, this is uh, and then Amazon wants to dominate more markets in the world, and more products mean more choices. So that's the reason we're kind of at a FBA sellers have got one goal, and Amazon has got a lot different goals, and it makes a big difference. So, why is Amazon now charging for storage? Because remember Amazon's goal: same day or next day delivery to everyone in the USA by the end of the year. It's just that simple, folks. That's what makes a big difference, and that's what uh, well, if it wasn't for same day, that word same day, Amazon could get by with half the number of warehouses because they've had enough warehouses and they do an awesome job of what they're doing. Because I live down here in Florida, man, I usually get everything. I get it within a day, day and a half. Uh, you know, they're doing an awesome job, and I'm not knocking Amazon, and I see where they're going, but they could get by with half the. When I first started in this 4 years ago, 5 years ago, but they didn't have a warehouse in Florida. Now they've got four. I think something like that's what they say. They might even have five by now. I didn't look it up. It doesn't make any difference. But they could get by with half that number of warehouses. You see, those extra warehouses cost Amazon a lot of money. I mean, a lot of money. And they've got to recoup their investment. I know that Amazon, everybody, I keep hearing this thing. Heard it the other day. I think, well, Amazon's never made any money. Nah, if you believe that, give me a break. Amazon stock keeps going up all the time. Amazon makes money. They don't really call it a dividend and everything. They put their money into the product. I'm not the product, but the warehouses and thing like that. They're building more warehouses fast than you can. And if you think one of those Amazon warehouses is cheap, you've got another thing coming. Man, you get those robots, the track that goes through, the robot that does the picking, and all the software and everything like that. You have got a small fortune tied up in investments before you can even send one product out the door, and then you've got to fill that warehouse. So Amazon warehouses cost Amazon a lot of money. To help pay for the extra space, Amazon is going to charge you your storage for your overstock. Now, remember, in the first place, one of the first things I said, Amazon said, send us your products and we'll sell it, we'll distribute it, and we'll do all that and send you a check. And they're still doing it, still honoring that. And they're doing a great job as far as I'm concerned. But the problem is they need all this extra warehouse space. Well, part of the problem has been, and I'm going to admit it, I've been part of the problem with Amazon. They never said it, and it wasn't against Amazon to do, but anyway, when I first started out, how do you get a good price if you want a private label product? You get it and you buy in quantity. The more you buy, the cheaper the product gets. It's just that simple. It's that way whether you buy in the United States, in China, Austria. I don't care where you buy. It's going to be the same thing. The more you buy, the cheaper they're going to produce them for you. That's just a fact of life. Just a fact of life. So, uh, so one of the things that we're in, I'm sorry, I'm getting tongue tied here. One of the things that we're in odds with Amazon is that if we're going to sell on Amazon and we want the best price possible, and we know we've got a good product and all that, we want to be able to buy that at a cheap price. The only way we're going to buy that at a cheaper price is if we buy in a volume. And that's what I did all the time. I would buy at least a year to sometimes over whatever, wherever they give me a price break, I would buy that and I would send it into Amazon. So here I am. I'm sending a year and a half of supply into Amazon, and Amazon said, so all of a sudden, I'm not the only one doing that. A lot of people are doing it. A heck of a lot of people are doing it because that's where we get the best price. And the best shipping rate is when you ship by pallets and you ship, you buy pallets and you ship the product in. It's the best of all worlds, and that's what you do. So you're sending all this into Amazon. So Amazon might spend it around to have you ship it to three warehouses or so, but still you've got this huge amount of inventory on in Amazon's warehouses because I never had to carry a warehouse, never had. One time I had some stuff delivered to my house, and my wife wasn't happy, the truck driver wasn't happy, or anything else, and so just don't do it. I send it all to Amazon. Well, you know me. You've been in if you've lived on, you've been to enough of uh, these programs with me, and you to know that it's one of my basic tenets is send your product to Amazon and not to yourself or anything else. Save cost, save money. Well, about 2 years ago, Amazon started with these long-term and short-term storage fee. They started out with the first long-term storage fee, and then they decided that was enough. And they came out with the short-term storage fee, and now they're going to come out with monthly or 2 monthly storage fees. So basically, what they're saying is, and I alluded to this at the first, and it's what the Amazon does not want to be your warehouse anymore. Amazon wants you to send a couple months worth of product in, and that they want, and that they're not going to charge you for. But they are going to charge you if you send 4 or 5 months in, especially over November and December, because most any Amazon seller worth his salt knows that you're going to at least double to triple your sales in November. So a lot of times when I was ordering, if I ordered around there, I would just send the extra in and get it in there. So I might sell during Q4, I might sell 400 or 500 units, but I still got, when the Q4 is over with, 1,500, 1,600, depends on how many I bought, units left. Well, what Amazon's saying is that's not kosher anymore. They don't want to do that. They don't want to furnish you with the warehouse. They want you to get your own warehouse. They want you to send your product in about 2 months at a time. So, I mean, you get it in, send 100, 200 units in, whatever you need, set it to, and forget about it. Now, is that wrong? No. That's what Amazon's saying. Anything that doesn't move in 2 months is overstock. And that's generous on Amazon when you consider the cost of doing business. But what about the seller's goals? That's yours and mine. Buy at the cheapest cost and keep shipping costs down. The only way we can do that is to buy at a volume, unless you really get a good fire sale or something like, which you can sometimes. But most of the time, the only way you're going to cut costs is, instead of buying 1,000, if you buy 2,000, they're going to give you, the manufacturer will get you a better deal. So and that's what and keep your shipping costs down. Like I say, you ship pallets, and that you can, sometimes your shipping can get downright nice, I guess you want to call it, or what do you want to call it? But it can be done, but it takes volume to do it. So what about these? So it's time for seller change. That's the only way I can say it. And like I said, I told you here at the beginning that ever since I've been doing these broadcasts, and it's getting pretty close to 2 years now, one of the main things I teach in the course is to send your product to Amazon FBA right to the warehouse from the manufacturer. Well, unfortunately, if you're going to get your product, if you're going to get the best product you want and the lowest shipping cost, that's not going to go anymore, because I guarantee you that within 6 months, well, maybe a year, it's going to cost you money if you send it to Amazon, a lot of money. Well, it's going to cost you this year if you send not as much as it's going to, because it's going to keep going up. And you mark my word, this is what Amazon wants. They don't want to be your warehouse anymore. So what's the way around it? Well, if you've got a garage, that a spare garage, or a garage your wife won't shoot you for using, you can buy the stuff, put it in your garage, and then every 2 months send so much into Amazon. Amazon would love that, and Amazon would be just tickled if you do that. What can I say? So all they care about is they don't want you using their warehouse for long-term warehouse. Have your product. You can have your product shipped to a warehouse and ship bi-monthly to Amazon FBA. That's what I was talking about, using your garage. If you've got a garage, now I used to have a garage. I don't have a garage anymore. I told you about what, 6, 8, no, I guess it's almost getting pretty close to a year now. We downsized. We sold the big house. Downsized one, and we have a carport in this one here, but not a place that I would want to store any Amazon products. So that's going to be, I would probably have to get, I know I'm going to have to get a warehouse, you know. Now, the nice thing about it is there are, and I'm going to give you an address of one here later on, there are some nice people, Amazon warehouses, I mean, people who foreseen this coming have and have started the warehouse. There's a couple of them, and it's my inventory team and my well, we'll get to another page. We're going to get that, but John Bullard, who's I know from a couple of conferences I've been together with and everything, is a man that's been thinking hard, and he started this 4 or 5 years ago. Started with buying closeouts, and then he'd take those closeouts, bring them to his warehouse, split them into smaller lots, and sell them. He's been doing that for years, and then he bought this great big huge warehouse. Maybe a year and a half ago, something like that, moved in or something like that. And I mean, it is huge, and he can take your product. And the nice thing about John Bullard, and I didn't mean to get into this, this is not an advertisement for John or anything like that. I respect him. I highly recommend him. This is not an affiliate thing or anything like that. If you want to buy your product at a good price and you have it shipped it to his warehouse. For one reason, he's in Tennessee. Now, Tennessee is about as close to the center part of the United States as you can get. So, especially if you buy from Shapiro, I don't know if you know this or not, but if you have your product come in through Shapiro, Shapiro brings your product in through an East Coast court, sends it in on a sealed train to Atlanta. And if your product is coming in by Shapiro, your product goes through customs in Atlanta. Now, Tennessee, where John's is, not that far from Atlanta. It's just a short little truck ride. So you're going to save on thing. But that's beside the point. But I'm all over the place tonight. I'm sorry. But now there's other things. What else can you do? What else can you do? I talked about John, and I was supposed to get that the next page, and I got excited and got into that. But there's a lot more things you can do. Amazon is, I get a thing from Amazon at least probably once a week, if not to join Amazon Mexico, to Amazon Canada, Amazon Europe, you know, and they've got it all set up for pretty much, it's just push button anymore. Mexico and Canada, and you can list your thing, translators to help you, or you can get a translator. My gosh, you could, in your listing, make your listing, then go to Fiverr and get a translator for $5 to translate your listing into French or Spanish or whatever you are. You know, what can I say? Amazon practically does all the heavy listing when it tries to lure you, or what do you want to call it, into joining these other. And why not? Do you know that they've got a deal right now on Amazon Europe that if you join Amazon or sell your product into any of the 5 countries that have distribution center in it, Amazon will take it upon himself to make sure your product gets all over the 5. And that saves you a lot of money. I think that's good through the end of the year, I think. And if you haven't checked Amazon, you know, for God's sakes, if you're selling in the United States, if you're buying your product overseas, whether it be China, Vietnam, or wherever it is, why would you not want to? And if you've got somebody like Western Digital, Shapiro, or something else handling your products, what difference does it make if you've got if you're sending it to your warehouse in the United States? Why not send a portion of that to Amazon Europe? Why not send a portion of that to Amazon Mexico? Why not send it to Canada? For gosh sakes, you just increase, that's five, six, seven more. I'm not going to say it's seven times the exposure, because some of those places are growing and they're not as big. Like Amazon Canada doesn't do anything like Amazon USA does. But still, why not? Why pass up an opportunity to sell products over there? And that's going to take care of a lot of your different things, because if you buy anything and you're distributing up over seven places, that's going to cut down quite a little bit. You can probably even buy, if you look at it that way, you can probably even buy more product, which lowers your cost that much more. I mean, you get what, you 3, 4,000, 5,000 units or something, and you can decrease the cost by 5 cents, 10 cents. Man, you made yourself a bunch of money, folks. Hate to tell you that, but there's nothing wrong with it. So what can I say? Those are just some examples. I'm not here to sell you on anything tonight, except I'm just here to tell you that I have taught you for years that the best thing you do is to take your product and send it right direct to Amazon. And the way I look at it now, that's not the best. You need to get yourself a warehouse, whether it be your garage, whether you use that. That's my fulfillment team comment. That's, like I say, that is not an affiliate link or anything else. Just go over there, take a look. You can call the Bullards, John and his son, or one of them, and talk to them and tell them what you've got in mind. They'll tell you a lot more than I can how to do it, how to make it best. And like I say, they've got a thing, and they even, if you want them to, will drop ship your product, which means you could have a store like Shopify or something like that. And they'll drop ship your product for you. Send it into them. They will drop ship it on a daily basis. In other words, what I'm saying, you get an order on Shopify, you just call the Bullers or email them, what I'm talking about, and say, I want this one product sent to here, and they will send it, and they will charge you, and you'll be happy, they'll be happy, and the customer will be happy. So what can I say? It's 8:34, and that's about all that I've got on that. I hope you understand it, and I'm not. I know I was kind of all over the place tonight. What can I say? It's just the way things go. So it's good. So I'm going to go here and click that out, and so I'm going to go back over here to the beach. Like I say, I like the beach. I like the beach. Oh, there we go. There we go. There's the beach. Okay. I'm just saying, we've look at checking my time and everything like that. It's 8:34. We do have some time. I'll stick around. Be glad to answer any questions you've got. I will turn on the Google Chat. It's up to the thing. If you want to chat, enter thing right here. You can chat and ask me a question in life. And if not, why we will sign off, because I've got a sore throat or something. Not a sore throat. I don't know. What can I tell you? This has kind of been a bad week for me. I've had so much stuff going on. We have the business and everything we take care of and all that, and a lot of stuff going on with the kids, because I don't know if I've told you this. My wife and I have 8 kids, and we've got grandkids all over the place, and it seems like somebody's been having a graduation, or a kindergarten graduation, or a dance recital, end of the year recital, or something's going on almost every day for the last couple of weeks. So I'll personally be glad when school's all out and things settle down to a slow roar, until we're going to go as a family. We're going to where are we going? We are going to Gatlinburg. It's not Gatlinburg. We're going to Tennessee at the end of July, and it's my wife's birthday. My mother-in-law and my wife are both have July birthdays. My mother-in-law is the 4th, actually, and my wife is the 30th. So on the 30th, we're going to go up there, and we're going to have a good time with the family. We rented a great big I guess what they call communal cottage or something like that. It holds like I don't know, over 20 or something like that. Not all the family's going to go, but those that are, it's big enough for that. And we're going to have a good time, and it's up there in the Smokies, and we're going to all kind of places to go see and things to do. And it's got a pool table and everything, and pools, and you know, all this kind of stuff. So we're going to have a good day, a good little trip up there. So what can I tell you? I think that I see there's no questions or anything like that. Like I say, I am getting hoarse, so I think I am going to just sign off now here tonight. Here, if anything, and hopefully by the next time I will get my camera problem working for you. I apologize for it. It's we've kind of been in and out. So, but anyway, if I can answer any questions about it, uh, feel free to let me know. Just click on underneath the video or on the website. You'll see it, and we will push that uh, that link to John Buller's. Like I say, I will put that underneath the video on the website. So it all comes what I'm trying to say. And check us out and check out John and all that. And as far as joining the course, this is summertime is a good time to join the course because there's not a lot of new things going on with Amazon because they kind of take vacations and stuff like that. So it's usually a good time to join and learn because Q4 is coming before you know it. It's 5 months, but when you break that 5 months down, there's only 3 months till you need to have your product in there, the 1st of November. So, and that's when you know, as an Amazon seller, you're going to make probably half your money in November and December. So, what can I say? With that, I guess I can't say anything more. So I guess I'm going to say I'm going to sign off. See you. If you want to join the course, it's over at privatelabelselling.com. Join the course, and we'd love to have you come and join us for the summer session. So, of course, the course is all year round as far as that goes, but we do have a lot of fun in the summertime. So, like I say, things are a little loose and easier and all that. So, with that being said, I am going to stop this broadcast, and we shall see you. Where did I get it? Right here. Stop the broadcast.